Welcome, welcome, welcome to Put It All on Red. I'm Roberta the Tool Lady. I'm very excited. I have a show that is planned for you to empower you, actually. So it's going to be one that you're going to be able to learn. I want you to get some paper, some pencil, get your mobile devices, whatever you take your notes on, so you can have some good notes from the night. Because I have an awesome guest who's going to bring us a lot of information. Also, if you don't know, I'm also a coach and a financial advisor. I mentioned it oodles and oodles ago. So basically, tonight our show is going to be to put you in a better place financially. So I'm going to go ahead and let her introduce herself. She's not a one-time guest. She's a returning guest, and she has so much information. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Miss Lena Fawn. Lena, you want to go ahead and welcome yourself?
Hi, good evening. How you guys doing? Can you see me?
Yes.
Hello?
Hey.
Okay, I'm gonna have to log in my cell phone. I don't know what happened to my laptop. Oh,
Okay, well, we can see you and you looking good. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience?
okay, great. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to come on your show. My name is Lana, and I am a realtor here in Houston, Texas, financial counselor, and involved in the community. So basically, trying to help the community to level up so that way they could reach their financial goals in home ownership, good credit, create a legacy for their family, and also prepare for retirement. And to achieve all that is, we gotta find ways to make additional income or work smarter.
Okay. All right.
Okay, that's it. Today we're going to talk about money, mindful of money.
Yes. So we're
Okay.
going to be talking about being mindful of money. I know a lot of you guests are saying, what is this all about? What is being mindful of money? And why is Roberta always talking about being mindful, right? I know that being mindful is being thoughtful, is thinking about what's going on now and bringing you to the now. So being mindful with money is bringing you to the know of where your money, what's your intentions, where your money's going, what are you purchasing, where's your triggers, what are your stressors with money, right? A lot of people have issues, even if they're not in relationships, they have what? Financial issues. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So somewhere in this conversation, you're going to find yourself. You're going to find either, hey, Roberta, or Lena, I have some triggers that I incur during the month or during certain times that it may not be have anything to do with my mindful intentions, but it has something to do with maybe a trigger, maybe a stressor. I know a gentleman whose his wife was very sick, and so as she was sick, he would go spend lots and lots of money, lots and lots.
Mm.
Stressor. And that was also causing him to get into some situations financially. Go ahead, Lane. I'm going to let you take the conversation. I'll be
Okay,
right back.
great. All right. Well, we have to be mindful of our money because if we don't, then it's gonna go to different directions. So think of your money as incoming money. That is your front door. So you got money coming in, and then you got the 10 windows, which is those 10 bills. So we have to be careful. If we don't careful on how we spend the money, it's going to be really going up really fast. So I have some notes that we hear is how money mindfulness apply to business is money mindfulness in business mean we have to be aware and be intentional about the financial decision on how you spend your money, the cash flow, the investment, and where the money go. So if your income is what is it, around 5,000 a month, then that would be 1,250 a week. And then taxes on top of that, and then you gotta allocate, you got rent, utilities, insurance, cell phone, all of that. So, but how about finding ways to increase your income? You know, like what did we do from 6 p.m. until 11 p.m.? That's extra 5 hours that you can find ways to increase your income. Like build your net worth, like somebody who's cutting hair. And if you refer them 10 clients, you might get a free haircut, or she can get you like 10% referral fee. And go to your phone, like find out all your contacts, dentist, doctors, attorney. What can you guys do to, you know, um, to collaborate, teamwork, marketing each other? Okay. And we gotta be make clear, more system financial decision. Okay. And if we don't prepare now, it's gonna lead to greater stress. We either live our life as prepare for greater things when greater things come, or when later on come, then it's gonna be repair. Like you gotta think at your older age, when you're 65 to 100, I would still be able to have the health, the strength, the mental to continue to working, or when you're 65, you will have a full tank of gas left,
Yeah.
overflow. When you're 65, set a goal of having a pay off house. Set a goal of having good credits, because you're going to have kids, grandkids that will want to buy a car. Are you going to be co-signed for them, or you just like, they ain't use my name? Or
Right.
would you have some cushion money? Okay. Would it be 10,000 a month to retirement, rather than depend on social security check, or be depending on your kids? Which kid is you going to hang out with? What if they want you to come to their house and live? How about having a payoff house, and then the kids could come back to your house and live? Wouldn't that be better and be in the control?
Yeah.
And life insurance, so important. The case
Yeah.
happened in Guadalupe River, July 4th. If
Yeah.
everybody would have on a life jacket, life vest intentionally, then
Mhm.
our lives would be safe.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
$10 investment on thinking forward. Simple. Don't have to make it so complicated. And it's the same thing with applying to mindful of our money too. So we have to hang around with people who are successful, who go in places, and just swallow our pride, swallow our ego, and ask them for help. They'll help you. It's a win-win. There's so much money that's going around. Nobody have to be selfish, anything. So if I help you guys win, we all win.
Yeah.
Any question?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you
Now,
speak up?
someone says, yes, someone says Social Security will be gone. Which they are saying it. They have been continuing saying it all the time of my life, that there will be no Social Security. Now, how that looks as they fade it out will be interesting, but also that puts the responsibility on us, as she is saying, is going into retirement. What and how will that look to us? And are we going to wait? Because we can't wait, of course. Because before we came on, she sent me the rule of 72. So the rule of 72 is compound interest, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and what I want to say, because she kind of said it, if you're not sure, I'm licensed in the state of Texas as an insurance licensed agent. But if you're not sure, like, hey, I'm not sure what product I want. I don't know what product I need to help me. I'm going to use Fawn's words, help me level up. What product would best fit my family? give us a call or inbox me, on any social media platform, and let me go through your family. Let me help you do a help you make a valuable decision on what is best for your family, because everybody's picture don't look the same. Everybody's picture looks different. As she said, some people that are closer to retirement, they're going to be wanting to pay off their bills. They're going to be wanting a place for their children, that their children can come to, their children's, because they're going to want that heritage. So they're going to want to leave that legacy. Now, if you're just starting a family, that's going to look a whole lot different. Then we're talking about more of like the $1 million baby plan, putting more money into an account that you can borrow from, because whole life you can borrow from. You don't have to die. And I know in our culture, I don't know about Lena's culture, but our culture, we hate to talk about insurance. We hate to talk about wills, because it's so scary to us and tabooish. Now, someone says, should we pull all of our 401 money? Should we pull it out? Well, my take of it is, no, you can leave some, but you could diversify, and you could also put it in, I believe, IUL. You could put it in an account like that, and that way it is protected from what goes on the stock market, because a 401 can go up and down according to the stock market and according to what kind of 401k plan you have. So it could be a part of a money market. So it could be protected. You can put it in an insurance product, and that insurance product is protected from the fluctuation of the stock market. Because as you know, sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, and which makes the value less or more. So if you see that you do want to diversify more, you want to go ahead and put it in more of some product that is more protected against that. And go ahead, Miss Vaughn. You want to go ahead and answer that as well?
Yeah, so yeah, there are multiple products that we can help you to achieve your goals and dream. But I think the most important things is so many people are struggling right now. Everything is going up in price. I went to a dollar store and he charged me $1.99.
Right,
I go, he said,
right.
how much? So everything go up in price, but then you gotta think about it. If everything go up in price, then how about the income? Is stay the
Yeah,
same or is it double too? So the
yes.
income is not going up, but we have to. That's why I'm here to help y'all to make that extra income. So when I share with you the rule of 72, so rule of 72 basically is how are we going to win the money game if we don't know the rule? So everything in life is rule. It's sowing and reaping rule. You put in your bra first, your shirt, and your coat in that order. You don't
Yes.
put in your coat first, your shirt, and your bra outside, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So why are people living in an apartment driving a Mercedes? That's out of order.
Right, right,
Okay,
right.
because the money that they spend on a new car, that's an $800 car payment. It's gonna count against your ratio. You can't buy a house because you got that debt.
Yes.
Focusing on paying off your debt, paying off your student loan. So if you got student loan that's pulling you back, like a knot,
Mm-hmm.
not I can't buy a house, not NOT because too much debt, not it is NOT sound like KNOT. There's a knot. So if
Mm-hmm.
there's a knot, we need to unknot it.
That's right. That's
Right?
good. That's good.
So, if you got a $500 car payment and your student loan is 500 a month, that's $1,000 a month of debt. Now you got $300 a month on minimum wage credit card. That's $1,300.
Yes.
So we will help you to pay all of that off. We're not disputing nothing. What
Yes.
is right is right.
Yes.
You know, don't be disputing if you have that Victoria's Secret account.
Yeah.
Pay it off.
Well, and because the thing is, now that's where we come to with the mindfulness, with the name of our show today, is because if you don't become mindful of where your money is going and what you're doing with your money, you continue that same the same patterns. And as a fact, poverty is an inherited disposition. Now I'm gonna say it again because people don't understand it. Poverty is an inherent disposition, because guess what, you have grew up with this mindset of poverty. So even though you may get into a place where you're successful, your mindset still triggers you to do some things that are impoverished. As she just stated, even though you may make the six figures or the seven figures, you start to think impoverished, and you start to think, oh, rather than me buy some property, I'm going to buy a car, right? And the car already loses value once you drive it off that property, off of wherever you buy it from. It already loses its value. They're talking about the Teslas now. Everybody bought the Teslas at 50, 60, 70,000. Now base fit, they're worth what, 30, 20,000. So, even the ones that are the trucks, they were worth 100 and something, 80, 90, and now base fit, they're worth 30 something. So they're saying they have lost so much value. Well, that's because a lot of people thought one before the other. We would say a horse before the carriage, which would came first, the horse or the carriage. So what happened was people started thinking that way. Okay, it's a poverty mindset. If the rich got it, I want it, even if I'm not rich. So that's why she's saying, even if you have all these things on your credit, it's easy to go ahead and say you don't have it. But the truth is, you got to be mindful enough to know I may reconstruct this whole bad credit record, because guess what? It came from my mind. It came from a thought, or my thoughts and my actions that put me in this situation. So you do have to stop and pivot and think, what do I do, when I'm spending money? What am I doing that triggers me? A lot of times, even thinking, for me, I have to think, is this even worth me buying? Do I need it? When I see it, do I really need that? Do I really need this new couch? Do I really need this new television? I got a 51-inch. Do I really need the 81-inch? How cool is that going to be? But it's only me here, but how cool is that going to be? And then I have to think, and do you really need it, right? Uh, and even on to going out to eat at certain restaurants. Do I really need that $100 meal? How different is it from, going to the grocery store and doing my meal planning for that week?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a big difference
You
from,
wanna hear a revelation? It's
uh-huh,
called ASAP in
mm-hmm,
a snap. You hear
yes,
that?
uh-huh,
ASAP in a snap.
mm-hmm,
So and we hear of the word ASAP is as soon as possible, right?
yes,
So when we have a task and we want to get it done as soon as possible, do it early. So that way God will give you another next opportunity.
yes,
So, right? And I have another acronym for ASAP. ASAP is called absolutely smart ass person.
okay,
Absolutely smart ass person.
okay,
So if you want to get things done, find somebody who got wisdom and they will do it in a snap.
yes, yes,
See it? That's
mm-hmm,
wisdom, right? So
mm-hmm,
going back to the rule of 72, mindfulness. If you got 10,000, are you going to bring it to your uncle Tyrone? He'll double it at Las Vegas.
right,
And then so 3%, you bring it 3% to the bank. You're not going to
right,
give it to your uncle, go gamble.
no,
So we bring it to the bank. So 3% divided by 72, the answer is 24 years. You
mm-hmm,
got 20,000. And
mm-hmm,
another 20 years, that's year 48, right?
mm-hmm.
24, 48 years. We have $40,000. Who do we know right now have $48,000 of cushion money, play money?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then the bank is going to reroute that 10,000. They're going to turn around and they're going to give us a 24% credit card.
Mm-hmm.
24% divided by 72. The answer is 3 years. They flipped the script. So we continue every 3 years, every 3 year, every 3 year. Continue 48 years. The bank have $640 million, while the client have 40,000. Isn't
Yes.
that powerful? $640 million, and they double their money every 3 years.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
So how
And
would you like to double your money every minute?
yes.
Want me to show you how to double your money every minute?
Bring it on. We want to hear it.
Okay, if if we're gonna be on God's lane, then we're
Yeah.
gonna be on God's timing, and we're gonna
Yeah.
be on God's money, right?
Yeah.
He said one angel can put away 1,000.
Yeah.
Two angel, that's teamwork. Two angel can put away 10,000. What is that? 10,000 a month or
Mm-hmm.
10,000 a day? You want to make 1,000 a day, 10,000 a day? Teamwork, because the Word of God say, "This is the day that the Lord has made." He
Yeah.
didn't say this is the month that the Lord has made, because minimum wage right now is $1,000 a month,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So let's
Yeah.
condense it down to $1,000 a day. We ready?
Yes.
I got a lockbox. The code is 123 ABC open. You give me $2, I give you $4 within a minute. Just follow the recipe. Guess what's in here? $4, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, it's $100.
Okay.
Let's do it again. You see it now? So
Mm-hmm.
the first time that we do anything, that is by faith.
Mm-hmm.
And the faith is substance of things hoped for and the evidence not seen. So
That's right.
once we see the evidence and we do it again, that's confidence. So
Yes.
bringing the subconscious down to conscious, bringing the supernatural down to the natural. So
Yeah.
we have to be in alignment with our mind.
Yes.
So if we want, think like a cell phone charger, 100%. There's three categories. You have fully charged when you reach 100%. That's like the rich neighborhood. And then the poor neighborhood, the hanging in there, that's the poor neighborhood. That's like 10, 20% charge phone
Mm-hmm.
hanging in there. But if you want to go up, you want to go level up, then we got to be intentional, doing something positive, raising our income, making extra income, fixing our credit so that way we can get out of the poor neighborhood and get out of renting into buying, into owning.
Yes.
Because if you guys know somebody who just bought a house, a 30-year mortgage, we can show them how to pay it off in 5 years.
Let's do that. Yes. Definitely. Definitely.
I just met this man this
Definitely.
today, and he's like 68 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He refinanced his house 3 times
Oh
back
my
to
God.
30 years.
Oh my goodness.
And then people say, don't talk about religion, don't talk about money, and don't talk about politics, right?
Yeah.
Why?
Right.
Because if
Because
somebody, because if
go ahead.
somebody is, because if somebody is smarter than somebody, they don't want to talk about it.
That's right. That's
But we're here to sharpen each other.
right.
Nobody's gonna step in nobody. We're here to sharpen each other.
Right.
And
Iron
the word of
sharpens
God
iron.
said, the what?
Iron sharpens iron. Is that what you was gonna say?
Iron, and then yes, and he said,
That's
leave
right.
an inheritance for your children.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And he
Yeah.
said, when you know the truth, when you know the truth,
Mm-hmm.
that you can make 1,000 a day, 10,000 a day, it'll set you free.
Yes. 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 Yeah, because a mortgage, in the old English means a, it means a time sentence. So that's what the word really means. It means sentence. So it's a sentence of 30 years. That's what the word mortgage really means. And so a lot of people, when they purchase a home, they feel that. They feel, oh, I'm in debt for these 30 years. I have signed something that is definitely a weight. I don't know about other people, but when
No, it's not a way because if you think about it, 10 years ago, you can buy in Houston $150,000 house.
yeah,
Now that house is worth 250,000.
yeah,
So every year you have $10,000 equity.
yeah.
So
But
we
now
want to
that's
be, hmm?
Yeah, that's for right now. What's going to happen when there's a bust? Because there's going to come, with inflation. There's got to be, because you can't blow up a balloon too much without it bursting.
Well, I mean, as long as we're living,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to need a roof over our head.
Yeah,
Anytime, every time is a good time to buy.
yeah,
Don't wait.
yeah,
Every time is a good time. Don't wait.
yeah. Well,
You
no, I wouldn't wait, but I'm speaking to you saying pay it off as soon as you can. Pay it
pay
off
it off.
earlier. Don't have that debt for that 30 years because things change.
Right.
If I look at even my age and then I look at some of my choices and being mindful of where my money goes and where my time goes at this point, then I have to be more thoughtful about it. I have to be more mindful of it. Is it going to pay me? Is it worth my time? Is it going to get me to where I want to be? And that's what, even with the mortgage, you have to think about that. Is that going to be, what's going to happen within 15 years? Like you said, once you start aging, you have another form of different things that come about. It may be a disability, it may be an illness, it may be a family member with an illness, it may be a child with the illness that you
Hmm.
have to start looking out for. And then, of course, you still have this mortgage, you still have your responsibilities. So I do believe that you do want to own, but you do want to figure out ways of being creative to get out of that mortgage, to pay it off.
Yeah, that's why it's so important to have collectively community support.
Hmm.
Let's say right now a lot of people are empty nester,
Hmm.
right? And then if another family is struggling, maybe we can take them in. Is it going to be all female house, all male house? Because we don't know. You don't want them to be stealing your husband or wife.
And I mean, and that's a good way of looking at it. I was talking to another sis, and she was talking about opening up group homes for that fact, because the average person today cannot even meet the requirements of renting. It's hard for them to even reach that requirement, because if they still get a check, and I'm speaking of like Social Security, any type of disability check, they may still get that, a pension, but they don't make the three times
Right.
that rental, and they don't have the credit to even match either some of the things they're at. So really, right now in the housing market, and I'm not talking about like ownership housing, I'm talking about just a place to stay.
Right.
People are really in a hard time right now. As a
And
fact, I had read a study where they said most people, especially within the next 10 years, will be staying in hotels because they cannot afford housing. So
mm,
we do have situations where you have people who don't meet any of the criterias.
wow. Well, that's why, like, going back again, people need to go find them a church. Okay, so that way Sunday they always have an event to go to. And when you go to church, what did the pastor talk about? How can you turn that Bible verse and plug into and turn into money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if the pastor talking about love one another, how you gonna love one another if you ain't got no money?
That's right. You don't want no love, do you? Oh, it's tough. Right.
Right?
You upset. You mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if like again, going back to the empty nester. So if a family is struggling, how about this? The church don't pay taxes. Why can't they put 10 mobile home on the church parking lot? And
Mhm.
now the people go live there. They don't have to pay property tax.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
See,
Because they
right
feel.
now, if the people live in a $300,000 house, they gotta pay $10,000 property tax
Yes.
and insurance and HOA. Now
Right.
with the church, they have this big land. Why can't they put 10 mobile homes in there and be tax free?
Right. Right. Because now the church actually in the big beautiful deal bill that they just signed, the pastors and the church, they all have an exception when it comes to taxes at this time now, and the biggest one ever. So a lot of the pastors and the big churches are really ecstatic about that because they're getting the biggest tax breaks they've ever
So
got.
we need to go open up our little church.
You
What do
got.
you think? No, with your audience, the community, and
Yes.
with my brain on finance,
Oh yes,
we
yes.
can we can really do some stuff.
Oh yes, yes. Well, because you are, you're protected. Like I said, with this big beautiful bill, the churches are up to 100% protected at this point. So
And
that's
did
why
you
a lot of
know
people are
with
excited.
the with the bill that come out and say when you're ready to sell your house
Mm-hmm.
with the capital gain,
Yes.
you pay zero taxes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
You
Yes.
see, so it's so much of a benefit to do right, to
Yes.
live right,
Yes.
and make more money, and your life will be bright.
Yes. Yes. And you do, because I like you saying that, Lena, because you do have to be more mindful. And then I'm going to go ahead and give you some flowers while we're on. You continue to be a guest that I continue to try to get on, and I know we had you had that hurricane at one time or that bad weather when I reached out to you. But I've had several people in our audience ask about you, and they follow you on social media, and they want to hear some of your knowledge, and so they feel like it's very valid, in which I do too, of course. So
Let me see what else I have. You see this $100 bill,
yes,
and that look like real?
yes.
It's not. It's my. This my
Okay,
business card.
okay,
I'm rolling high. No,
okay.
I ordered this from Temu.
Oh, okay, okay.
Basically, the idea is if you pay attention, mindful, if you pay attention, you're going to get paid.
Right, right,
So if there's two business cards, a regular business card and this business card, which one are people going to run after? The money.
right. Yes.
So the more you learn, the
Mm-hmm.
more you earn.
Yes.
So anytime when you can rhyme a word, homonym, synonym,
Mm-hmm.
it's always the truth. And
Yeah.
the money in there, there's a solution in there, and the money in there is waiting to be pushed out. So in order for us to make higher income, we need to solve higher problem.
That's right. That's right.
hmm
Right.
So we can make like $10 an hour. What did we learn in school? People, my people is my pinky. People, place, and things.
Mm-hmm.
$10 an hour is picking up things,
Yeah.
picking up trash. That's zero mind.
Yeah.
$100 an hour is pick up and deliver places.
Yeah.
Got some mind.
Yeah.
$1,000 an hour person, very mindful. What you got going on? Got a problem? Okay, I got a solution for you. So we are
Yeah.
mindful. You see?
Yes. 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 And it's and I want to bring more attention to the mindful concept because of course we got a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of people are dealing with different things that have went on in their life, including trauma, and they don't know how it all ties together. Like you said, if you got a lot going on, it's going to have something to do with your finances. It's going to have something to do with everything you do. And like you said, when you don't, if you're broke, you can't find what? You can't find love. That's just the truth about it. It would be naive and it sounds good if we say, well, you know what, I can just not have anything and be so happy because I'm in love. But the honest truth is, you and I can't push a cart down the street together and say we're together. I just, that's gonna be tough for me. That's going to be a tough, and that should be tough for anyone. But I know certainly for me, that would be tough for me to find the love and the peace, and I would say security, because that's what it is, security. But I also have enough sense to know that, as I said, some of these things have been handed over to us generationally. So we have to change our mindset. We have to change
Mm-hmm.
how we think about money, what we do with our money, and how do we handle money. Because you have some people who won't have any money, and like you said, they get 20,000. Guess what? They're going to spend that whole 20,000 within 15 hours
Mm.
or within 20 hours. Because they haven't had any money. And then if I told the truth, guess what? I've been one of those people. You know,
We can only talk from experience, huh?
yes, it do. Yes, yes.
Well,
I
you know
said
what? Think of mindfulness as a signal light:
yes,
red light, yellow light, and green light.
yes.
So when you have money coming in or have little money, red light money, what is that? Stop.
Right.
What are you going to do to stop your money? Stop unnecessary expense. Okay. Do we really have to have that another bag? I love bags. Do
Yes.
we really have to have another bag? Oh, it's only $100. Now, next thing you know, you got 20 bags. That's $2,000. Can you imagine just have one bag with $2,000 in the bag?
Right.
Huh? Right? Yeah.
And it makes all the sense in the world. And again, I've been all through all of that.
Okay.
Through getting
Yang
lump
ini phone
sums,
number mana?
getting
This is our Latin number.
Yang
big
ini.
amounts of money and instantly spending it all really quickly. Now, I'm not going to say I didn't have fun, but I can say that, hey, where was my mind at, or where was I thinking about? What are my intentions? I can remember a time that my family even rented a plantation for a weekend
Mm.
for a party up in Virginia. Just crazy stuff. Spending $400 or $500 on my hair, and that was not, and that's not it now. That was like back in 1990s. That was crazy to me now that I'm more mindful with where my intentions with my finances at. Like
Mm.
what's going on with what was wrong with you, but certainly I could see where there were some patterns there.
Wow. Well, you know what?
And
That, like I said, going back to
so now I do stop. I do practice some mindfulness, like like I said, and I stop before I spend it. Do I need it? Like I said, do I need this new couch? Do I need that new car? Is it going to make me look the best? And because certain things are just a high, and we don't realize it. Those certain things is that instant gratification is just it's just like getting high. Do I really need that, or am I looking for something more long term financially?
Wow. Yeah, so before you buy anything, you got to give us I don't know, a 3-day waiting rule.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
just give your money a rest. Because we have to have, like saving account, 10,000, 20,000,
Yes.
rather than nothing. So if something happened, where we're going to get that money?
Yes.
And
Yes.
we're going to call somebody to borrow, and we can start borrow from somebody, then they're already going to discount you,
Right. Right. And
you
you
know.
and you said borrow, so you're already at a disadvantage. You already don't have it. So once you borrow it, you're already, now you're up under. You're in the red. You don't have it now. You're definitely in the red, because now you're going under what you even have. And if you borrow it, people are talking about what they want you to pay it back. It's not like, yeah, it's not like they giving it to you. They want you to pay that 4 or 5 thousand back.
But
Um,
if you don't pay it back, then the relationship is end.
that's right. That's right.
So before borrowing, how about try to get two jobs? I mean, this is what happening. If people don't have the skill to pay the bills,
Mm-hmm.
and they're taking all this depression pill,
Yeah.
then it's time to get two jobs,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
can you imagine getting two jobs plus the spouse is getting two jobs? Now they're not going to be struggling.
Yeah.
And not that's not just to work hard, but find a ways to work smart and reroute some of that money.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree. Being mindful with it. Being mindful,
Mindful.
because it's gonna pay off in the long term. You know,
Yes.
it's gonna absolutely pay off in the long term. The more you pay attention to your spending habits, again, a lot of those things are just like, it's just like a person that is using a substance. It's just like getting high. You know, if I can go and drive off the car lot, I remember when I was buying my car now that I have, my daughter said, Mama, you deserve a Mercedes, because I've drove a Mercedes before. You deserve the Mercedes. You deserve. Ask them how many Mercedes they got on. So I'm saying that because that's somewhat how our mind thinks, right? And not saying I don't deserve it, but where is my intentions, and where is my financial, what avenue am I trying to go down? You know, what am
Mm.
I trying to do? At the time, I wanted to do catering, to be honest with you. So I wanted a truck that I could cater food in, and certainly I didn't want to do it in a Mercedes. I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to have one that was a car that would look like you are putting food in it and moving it around, that was appropriate for that. But we have to start thinking more intentionally. And I
Right.
like to also say, think about what I learned in school. Think about what is going to make you money when you are purchasing. Is it going to make you money? As Fawn said, are you going to be able to rent out a couple of rooms in that house? You know, are you going to be able to start a business with that new car? Is it going to be able, if you had to, is it going to be a possibility that it brings you another avenue of money when you are actually spending that money? What do you think about that, Fawn?
Yeah. So whatever that you have, try to turn into money. Like I have some client that's renting, and she's struggling, and I say, okay, rent out your room. And then they say, well, I want privacy. Well, you ain't got no money. What privacy you got?
Right,
So
right,
if you rent
right,
out two
right.
room, you have an extra, 1,400 a month. That's 16,000 a year. In 2 years, you got $32,000. 2 years,
Yeah,
you got $32,000. Rent out two
yes,
room, and that's
yes,
renting on top of
yes,
renting. So can you
yes,
imagine if she were to buy a house, she can take two-car garage and turn in two extra room.
yes, yes.
It's
And
just sacrifice for a little while.
Yes, yes. And that Torah, that the car rental, is it called Torah?
Mm-hmm. For the car.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. It's about the same way. Yep, renting out your car or a vehicle, and it makes money every day. And some of them are saying they're having. Well, actually, the owner of that company, he said he made pretty good money. There's pretty good. There were pretty good reports, but of course, there's always some liability because people misusing the vehicles. But there's several different avenues of making money.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm an entrepreneur. I always find ways to make money, and people don't see that. So we have to find somebody who can help us to make money
Oh, I think you're muted now. Okay, yeah. So yeah, and you were saying find someone that does what?
Yeah, find somebody who can help you to make better decision on your money, no matter what level you're at. If you're minimum wage or if you are government assistance, fixed income, we can help you.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
If there's a will, there will be more than one way.
And that's right. That's right. That's right. I agree with you. I agree with that. I agree with that. I believe, that when you have such a message, because we could talk about other things, but the truth is, people, this is a niche that people need because a lot of people are either signing agreements with compound interest that they don't know about, loans that they don't know, they don't know what they're saying, or they're in a situation where they're saying, I want to open a business, but I don't know how to. I don't, I'm scared. Or they're saying, like I said, I've been in a situation where I've gotten several lump sums of money and just like, oh, now I'm just going to spend every dime of it because till I can't spend anybody. So they've been in all of these situations. And so we just got a vast of people who have been in those situations, but they do. I believe that you do need a plan. You do need to reach out to someone, whether it be Miss Fawn or whether it be me. You need to reach out to us and say, talk about it and talk yourself through it. That way you're not ending up, oh, I remember when I did have, but now I don't.
I would like to go over with you the bingo system,
Okay.
BINGO.
Okay.
And that's 5 words, that's 5 steps. So
Mm-hmm.
there's 2 more additional steps. So total is 7 steps. Okay.
Okay.
Step number one is you got to have a desire.
Mm-hmm.
Start dreaming. Start dreaming because that's where God is dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Start dreaming of 100% cell phone charge, a full tank of gas,
Mm-hmm.
a full life. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bingo is B1, I10, N10, G10, O5. And the last step, number 7, is what are you going to do with it when you reach your goal? If you make an extra 1,000 a month, extra 1,000 a week, extra 1,000 a day, what are you going to do with that money? Start start dreaming what you're going to do with that money. Now you go back and follow the recipe. Be
Yes.
one, that means believe. You got to be the one to believe for better, brighter, bolder, bigger, best future.
Mm-hmm.
So when you believe it, you're halfway there. And find somebody who can help you to turn that belief into reality. You believe to have good credit so you can buy a house? Then Google, what are the 10 steps to buy a house?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like down payment. I ain't got no money down payment. Okay, find ways to make more money.
Yes.
Okay. And then you can start putting the recipe together.
Yes.
The I-10, that means 10 individual, indication, intention, improvement, improvise, innovate.
Mm-hmm.
Who can we help? 10 people that can level up. Okay. The letter N is stand for now, which is timing.
Mm-hmm.
If you know that you can make an extra $1,000 a day, that's what the word of God say. This is the day. One angel can put away 1,000.
Yes.
And they say when you know the truth set you free. If you
Yes.
can make $1,000 a day, that'll set you free.
Yes, it will.
And he said multitude of counselors, there's safety. You make 1,000 a day, that's safety.
Yes.
So we gotta get counsel.
That's right.
And it
Yes.
said iron sharpen iron. I can't sharpen if you got a butcher knife and a plastic knife, you can you can you can sharpen a plastic knife with a butcher knife.
Yeah. You can't get ready for nothing, can you? And I can't go
It's
to
gonna
battle.
snap.
Right. I can't go to battle with you either. Yours is gonna break. Mine might stay so a little bit, but it's not gonna be a winning battle.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you gotta trade it up for a little knife or something.
that's right. That's right.
And then the letter G is go. So you can reach your dreams and goal. So you can grow. So you can glow. It's gonna take $10. Takes money to make money. We're not asking for, you know, go back to school for 5 years or invest in something that's so big that you cannot afford it. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
our inventory. If you were to sell Mary Kay, you gotta have lipsticks and all that makeup to sell.
Hmm.
That's your inventory. But our inventory here is your belief,
Yeah,
helping people, vision, timing. That's
yeah.
God's inventory.
Yes.
And then G, and then the letter O5. That means opportunity, 5 levels deep. That's multiplication, duplication, cloning.
Hmm.
And I read this very powerful. You got two trees. One tree is a flower tree on the left side of the driveway, and the other tree is on the right side. Now, do you think they will get more compliment on the flower tree, right?
Hmm.
But then on the bottom of the foundation, you have 100 feet wide, 100 feet roots deep. We are all connected together, supporting each other. But on the
Yes.
top, but on the top, we are different. But on the
Yes.
bottom of the ground, we all need the support, touching each other. You see that?
Hmm.
Yeah, that was the revelation I got.
I love that. I love that. That's good. Bingo. And
Bingo.
and I,
Mm.
yeah, you do have to start with belief, because a lot of times, like I said, things go off emotions. Spending money goes off in emotions. Using money incorrectly goes off your emotions. It goes off your self worth, your self esteem. Sometimes it may be an imposter syndrome that makes you want to show up a certain way and make
Mm-hmm.
you do things that you shouldn't do with your finances that make you put you in a place where you don't really want to be at financially. So I really do like that bingo. You do have to believe that you are moving towards where you're going. And I like that she said consult with counsel because you do need to speak to someone. We don't know everything, and sometimes we are predisposed to things. Like I said, I can say, speaking to the choir, I'm certainly one that have been predisposed. My grandmother had a brand new house built from the ground when she was in her 60s, and it was not a house she paid money for. Like she borrowed the money in her 60s to have this house built.
Hmm.
Now, right now that I'm older and as I've gotten older, I'm like, oh my God, that was the biggest. risk of them all, because of course she was going to get sick and not be able to see that mortgage go through. And of course my
Mm.
grandfather was going to get sick and pass away before that next 30 years. And of course that was going to put some more stress upon them. But she didn't see it. She didn't have counsel to say, look, you have property over here. Maybe you should build on your own property, or maybe you can get a house and have it, because they do have what they have, kid houses. Maybe you can find a kid house that you can fall in love with that would be economical, put it on your own property, and you won't have so much overhead. But instead, she got a whole nother property, built that whole house, and I mean, and so I watched that. But then as my journey, I watched myself make some of the same choices. So I know, like, okay, this is some learned behavior. You got to start being mindful and more wiser of what you do with the resources that God gives you.
Yeah, so like one of my friends, she cut hair,
Mm-hmm.
and then on the back of the building she have some extra land. So you know what she did? She put like 6 mobile home on the back of the land.
Yeah. And that's good. That's thinking good. Like I said, we had two properties at the time. And do you know that my grandmother, like she put those properties down for this other property that she bought fresh. But do you know they built two homes on on that property? And those properties, they probably sold them for about 100 something thousand each.
Mm.
So not
Well,
only did they make money off of her from her new property, they made money from her old two properties that she already owned.
mm.
But if you don't know better, you don't do better. So that was the goal tonight, you guys. That you just got some tips. You learned some things. Of course, you can always we're both on social media. Um, and I, of course, am going to always bring Miss Fawn back to bring us some money management, some money skills, some money earning skills, some mindful thoughts back to us to kind of teach us, to keep us guided on this avenue, because this is an important deal. I know everybody want to find this special love and a great date and all of those good things, but uh definitely money. If no money involved, some things can get real funny. I'll say it that way. And
No money, no honey. And that ain't funny.
that's right. So I'm just saying thank you all for joining us. Not at all, right? That was fine. You want to say anything to our audience before we leave tonight?
All right. Well, I appreciate you giving me the time and some, so that way I could share some wisdom with you guys. And you know what? I am an example that, still working to reach my dreams and goal. But you know what? My house is paid off, so I don't have to worry about that. And I can show you guys how to pay off your house. I can show you guys how to level up. And I have a goal to help 300 people to make $2 a minute. Did you know that is 365,000 a year? That's $1,000 a day, and it all circle back to $2 a minute. If we can use your wisdom, use your life experience, use the word of God, and turn into money. And that is my wrap.
All right, all right. And what the social media, where do you want them to find you at?
I guess I'm on Facebook, Lana Fam, or Lana Finance at gmail.com. There's a couple of Lana Fam out there.
Okay, okay, okay. And I noticed that. That's why I said it. I didn't know if there's a younger one. I didn't know if that was your daughter, but I did see her as well. So I was like, yeah. All right. Well,
Well,
thank
my
you.
phone
That's
number is 832 832-322-0088. Again, 832-322-0088. Best is text me first, and then so I can help you guys.
All right. Thank
Thank
you. And
you.
thank you all for joining us. Again, love you and good night.
Thank you. Good night.
There's a spark